A lot of woodworking tricks, you know, they sound good, right? They're easy to look at and see and visualize till you actually do it. And then you realize you're going to use them once and forget about them, right? So this video, I'm going to only show you old school tricks that make your life easier on the job, make you more efficient. I'll walk you through 2 simple tricks that will change the way you do this. By the end of this, you will have these 2 tricks for the rest of your life. I promise you. You're not going to not want to use these tricks ever. It makes life way more simple for you. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to find a matching 90-degree angle or matching angle, whatever that angle is to be, with a different size. So this is a 2x4, this is a 2x6. So this right here, this 2x here is cut at a 45, okay, 45-degree angle, right? So that goes there. Now it's this. So if we cut this out of 45, okay, I'm going to show you guys. So we cut this at a 45-degree angle. Let me show you what happens. Okay, so this is 45. Now, what we do here is you square off this, right? So we're bypassing all this, okay? This is going to get cut out. So we take, now we have this angle here. Now this is where it planes out, okay? This here planes out right here. I'll show you. So see how this is planing out? That's right here. This line is continuing all the way over. So that's what we need, because we're not doing 45 anymore, okay? We're matching, we have to match that angle, because 45 goes here, but this here needs to come, this here needs to extend out to here. So therefore, we're taking this line, extending out to here, and then basically this line here is going to come back to finish that angle off. So basically what we're doing is we're pivoting off this angle here, right here, this point, and we're going to that angle there. So if you notice, this here gets taken out. And now, I'll explain to you why I just did it this way in just a second. All right, so we have this angle, right? We have the correct angle here. So now all we need to do now is take this and get it to extend out to here, okay? Now there's a couple ways you can do it. So you can always do it this way, which is I call it the dummy way, which is perfectly fine. You butt that, you're gonna go about 2 1/8. So what you do is you measure this, come here, I burn 1 inch. So it's gonna be 3 1/8, 3 1/8, okay? Now you just mark it. So you come out to, let me go this way for you, be easier, if I can. So pivoting, right, off of this line here to that point. So pivoting to that point there. So that's another way to get that, okay? Yeah, so I would always, like I said, that's my easiest way to do it, is I would just basically take this distance and transfer it back here and cut it. So now, when you do that, it'll plane out. So therefore now you have a 2x6 matching up with a 2x4, okay? Like I said, there's a lot of ways to skin a cat. You know, if you're doing some kind of door trim or something like that, you know, yes, you can always, you know, find your angle on here and then basically use that same pitch and angle and transfer it to this side and get a better cut. This is a rough cut. So, I mean, like I said, I did this with just kind of free-handed, so bear with me a touch. But yeah, I mean, you get the drift. So if you need a radius, or so you need a, say you need a 2 inch, 3 inch, 2.5, 3 inch radius, whatever you want. Mark your 2.5, right? That's your center. That's pretty much going to be your all the way out point, right? So there's your square deal. Just do that. So there's a radius. Run a screw, okay? You can always run a screw, you know, back here or whatever. Depends what you're doing. I mean, you could always put a nail in something, right? And just run a screw. So like I said, if you need a little 2 inch radius deal real quick, just do that. Pivot, just put your thumb on here, put your, wherever your point of your blade is, and just make sure your thumb doesn't leave that point. and then that's your radius, right? So you ain't gotta be perfect. This is if you're doing like a shower valve, you know, marking something out for a shower, whatever. Just know, you know, basically you mark your, so you have a 2-inch radius, right, all the way around. Put a screw right in the dead center of that. You know, you ain't got to make it sink into whatever you're doing. Just put a hole there. Put a, you know, get a small screw, put it in there, and just trace it. You know what I mean? Just, it's quick. You know what I mean? It's very, very quick, efficient. Okay, you're not building a damn piano. You're cutting a rough opening out for a pipe. You know, so if you're doing a shower tub surround, something like that, okay, you ain't got to be spot on. Okay, it's going to be dang near close to spot on without doing a whole bunch of crazy measurements and trying to take 25 minutes to cut a hole out. Okay, it's not rocket science. Just mark your center out, wherever your center of your pipe's going to be. Put a hole there, stick a screw in there, and just, you know, one of those. Okay, I can do this 50 times and it's going to be exactly where it's going to be every time. See how it just keeps getting thicker and thicker and thicker? Okay, you're not going to, I mean, you're out a 16th, you're out a 16th. Like, what are you going to do? It's not, you know, it's a rough opening. It's not a finished hole. So, like I said, you know, these 2 tricks help me every single day working on decks, you know, basically cutting rough ends for stuff, because all you got to do is mark your center, put a pivot point in there, and use your finger or use a little piece of string and do a radius, right? So very simple, very easy, very effective. You know, simpler the better, for sure. Simpler the better. Okay, like I said, you don't have to have everything match perfect, but you know, it's what you do to make it look as best as you can is a good carpenter, right? Good carpenters always, you know about learning from his own mistakes and being able to fix them. So if you can fix these own mistakes, then you're gonna be great. If you guys like this video, obviously click the like button, hit like and subscribe. That helps me out like crazy.